Welcome back to my channel. I'm Johanna, me and my dog and books. Oh, Lucy's just got out her bed. It's the beginnings of another weekend reading vlog for you. Actually, let me know if you still want me to do reading vlogs or weekend reading vlogs, whether you like them or not, because I've kind of just been getting into a role of doing them at the weekend. But yeah, should I? Anyway, I'm starting the day. Well, I'm not. I'll tell you in a mo. But just now I've got my Jack Skeleton. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm having a green tea and I need it to warm me up because I'm just back from, I finished a book this morning, What Kind of Mother by McLeod Chapman. I'm still processing it, so later on today maybe I'll let you know my thoughts. Mind, but also not for the faint-hearted, so I'll come back to that. Finished that this morning, and because it was such a mind melt, I went for a morning run. Oh, here comes Patty. She's got a wee cough. She kind of coughs every so often if she's just drank too much hot water too quickly. And when she gets excited, she's got, lift you up. She's got a leaky heart valve, don't you? So you get a wee half tablet of steroids. So sometimes a wee half tablet of steroids is to help control her cough. You don't want to do that. I know why she's doing that. What was I saying? I'm just back from a morning run. Oh look, you're getting double doggos this morning. Hi Lucy. Hiya. You want to come and say hello? Lucy, come on. Don't bang your head. Oh, you're close. Here she is. Just get wee runny eyes. Runny eyes. Say hello. Hi. There's nobody out there to bark at, Lucy. It's because we sit in front of the window so she can see. So yes, I'm back a morning run, which I did to clear my head after reading that book. So this weekend I'll give you a bit of chatter about what I'm reading. Should I bake a cake? The OH wants me to, so see how that goes. Tomorrow, and Sunday, is Mother's Day in the UK, but I'm working from home tomorrow, so I'm going over to see my mum today. I'm going to take her out for coffee and cake at a local garden centre out her way that she wants to go to, so I'm going to have my cup of tea. Read more of this audiobook, Dead Animals by Phoebe Stacks. Oh, pardon you. It's a wee burp. Which is weird horror, so I'm clearly having a horror day. I also want to finish The Lagos Wife, which I started last weekend, so I'll definitely finish that this weekend. Cool, going to the garden centre, maybe take you with me, let you see another wee cameo from my mum. You definitely got double doggos today because the last weekend vlog I missed Lucy and Patty being in. They've just been their walk, which is normally my wee cool down after my run, isn't it? So you're just going to hang about with your daddy bear today. So I'll be out for the afternoon, and then this evening, so I'll let you know about this evening, because we've been listening to, I love horror movies as well as horror books. We've been listening to a podcast, I'll share it here, which at the moment is talking about I suppose it is horror, isn't it? If it's about serial killers. And it's basically the history of movies about that. And last night, so one of the podcasts, they were talking about The Cabinet of Dr. Calgary, which is like a 1920s silent movie. German, I think it is. None of it matters because the silent movie bits were in English. So that was an interesting experience. It was a bit weird, but kind of liked it. So the most recent episode is about 3 Hitchcock movies. So I have a box set of Hitchcock DVDs because I used to watch a lot of Hitchcock and Marilyn Monroe movies and a lot of old classics. So the 3 movies that the podcast talks about is Rope, Shadow of a Doubt and Frenzy, which we are going to, look at Lucy's big eye in the corner, which we are going to make our way through, but I have put a poll in my stories to see which one I should watch tonight. So I'll let you know what we end up watching, what we thought of it. And I hope to start a couple of books, new books this weekend. So I'll keep you posted. And hopefully work isn't too busy tomorrow morning. I work in digital marketing, so I do like social media stuff. So I just need to, it's only like 3 or 4 hours. It's not too bad. So I'll get chatting back to you when that's done. Anyway, for now, I'm going to grab something to eat, get showered, etc. to go and head and see my mum. It's a windy March Saturday. We're up here recording, Mum. I'm recording. Alright. Taking Mum to this garden centre, wherever this is. You see. Anyway. Colders apparently. Anyway, there's a cafe, isn't there, Mum?
Yes.
Oh, that's a cold wind. Oh, I'll take some video inside. Oh, it says Happy Mother's Day. Oh, look at that. It's nice, isn't it? Come on in. Right. Well, we go straight for a cafe. It's nice, isn't it? Oh, so what are you having, Mum?
I just don't know what
Don't know what you want. Oh, it's quite big. Look at this view. What a view. Right. Let me choose. I might go for this.
it can sound.
What have you got? Cullen's Ink?
Cullen's Ink.
You going to buy anything, Mum? Yeah. Want to go up this way?
Whenever you like, does it
No. Looks amazing. I want one.
I'll get you one for your birthday. Or before you, and that's your birthday.
And look, there's a flower shop. I like the DIY house. And there's
the
a
man with the
greenhouse.
boot.
There's a greenhouse.
Alright.
Oh my god, look at this. Alice's tea store.
They're amazing.
Aren't they great, Mum? It's like fruit stores, miniature houses. And it's Sunday. I'm not sure how that happened. I had a lot. So Sunday in the UK today, technically, what day is it? Date 10th of March is Mother's Day in the UK. I think in like America, Canada, Australia and a few other places, Mother's Day tends to happen in May, but it's always in March in the UK. So because I was working today, I'm still doing a bit of work. I took my mum out for some lunch yesterday, so that was our tutor around, so that was very nice. God, I've not even done my hair today because I could just get up, get changed and like got work done. Anyway, I plan on going maybe an afternoon run once I finish work. But oh, and I'll bake. I found a recipe. Excuse me, I found a recipe online for pecan and maple cake. So I'm going to try that. So if I do it, I'll add it in now. Otherwise I'll edit this bit. Got a funny shape in the loaf tin because I think I had the... Anyway, was supposed to be a pecan and maple cake, but it's actually a walnut and maple cake because I didn't have any pecans. So I put walnut in it. There's a wee bit of maple in the cake, but it is mostly maple icing. I've also got my tomato, my Italian tomato sauce that I'm making for my dinner. Anyway. I think this will be tasty because I've already had a whole spoonful of that icing and it was delish. I finished a couple of books. I've not brought them through with me. Oh. In my OH's office again. If you see me in this room, it's the other half's office space, which I borrow every so often if there's good light comes in the window. So I actually finished 3 books this weekend. One is horror, sort of gothic folk horror. The other I would say is literary horror, and the other one is crime mystery fiction. So let me talk you through the first one, which I finished yesterday morning, which you might have seen me read, started last weekend, was What Kind of Mother by McLeod Chapman. I was buddy reading this with some friends and I'm kind of glad I did, because at the end I was just like, what the heck? So I was reading this and I was like, it's a bit of a slow burn at the start, which I quite like because I like the writing style, and I was trying to understand more about... So Maddie is apparently like, what do you call them? Palm reader. She's a palm reader. But she's moved back to the old place that she grew up after her I think her daughter's 17 or around about that age, decided to go back and wanted to see her dad more, so she's moved. So sort of metaphorically, Maddie is losing her child, or she feels like she's losing her child. And when she goes back to her small town, she meets Henry, who actually lost his child, his 5-month-old child called Skylar, deemed missing, or the alternative. So firstly, I would say skip ahead if child loss is a trigger for you, and definitely don't read this book. It's so unsettling. The writing is amazing. There's a lot of body gore later on in the book, like halfway through. There feels like the potential, and I'm not going to say whether there is or not, of supernatural elements. It is beautifully written about the metaphorical and physical loss of a child and dealing with grief that takes a whole other dark, unsettling twisted spin. There were parts where it was like, oh, gross, and it's hard to explain without giving you any spoilers, but it is blurbed by Rachel Harrison, who says beautifully written, deftly plotted and completely engrossing. Ronald Malfi, who says a masterpiece. And Paul Tremblay, who says an entertaining brew sure to inform your nightmares. This is not for the faint-hearted, but I thought it was phenomenal. And actually, I'm now going to read this. I've never read this author before, so I'm now going to read their other book called Ghost Eaters. So I'll let you know what that's like. Then I also finished The Lagos Wife by Vanessa Walters. I was gifted this by an imprint of Penguin House. It's Hutchison Heinemann. Stunning. It's blurred by some amazing authors. Beautiful. It's about Nicole, who... there's so many elements to this book that I really liked. It's such an original story. So, Nicole... Maybe if I read the blurb. The blurb for you. The Perfect wife, the perfect murder. Nicole Uruwari has a perfect life, a handsome husband, a palatial house in the heart of Lagos, and a glamorous group of friends. She left London and a troubled family past to become part of a community of expats, wives, and that group of women are called Niger wives. So they're almost like a community of, basically it's a group of women who are not from Nigeria but have married Nigerian men. But when Nicole disappears without a trace after a boat trip, the cracks in her so-called perfect life start to show. As the investigation turns up nothing but dead ends, her aunt Claudine flies to Nigeria to take matters into her own hands. As she digs into her niece's life, she uncovers a hidden truth. But more she finds out about Nicole, the more Claudine's own buried history threatens to come to light. There was so much that I really enjoyed about this book. Finding out more about Nigerian culture, Lagos. I hadn't even thought about that there was even a concept of Nigerian wives. So that was really interesting. A lot about how patriarchal, class and power driven Nigeria is. So that was super, like, I was gripped because I love reading about other cultures. And apparently, it's the author there, apparently, where did it say? It said somewhere in the, oh yes, author's note. The Niger wife, which I'm assuming the Lagos wife is, it's maybe called Niger wife in like the US or something, is a novel about the mysterious disappearance of a British woman, Nicole Urari, in Lagos, Nigeria, and the psychological can of worms this opens up for our estranged aunt. Where was it? Although the characters and events in this story are completely fictional, the inspiration comes from my own years as a Niger wife. So I didn't know that until then. So actually, if you were to go in and read that now, it's like a murder mystery crime fiction, which is wholly original, about a whole other culture that I didn't know anything about. So found that uber fascinating, and quite a few twists at the end that I would never have guessed at all. I would highly recommend it if you like learning about other cultures as well as sort of mystery, crime mystery, I would say. And then the other one, Dead Animals by Phoebe Starks. And I'm just like, I've literally just finished it on audio this morning. I got this from NetGalley. I don't know what to think. It was beautifully written. So Dead Animals is only 144 pages, so I listened to it in audio. It's maybe about 4 hours at like one speed, but I normally listen to my books a little bit faster depending on the narrator. I went into this book not knowing much other than it starts off around the main character who, despite me checking the Goodreads reviews, I don't think we're ever told us their name. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what their name is. I know what then the other main character who you meet, Helena, is who this person meets. Anyway, content warnings and skip ahead for SA, violence against women. This book starts with the main character waking up after a party, like really hungover, with bruises and cuts and intimate areas and a gap in her memory, and then things over a period of time. So she's a like 0 hours waitress, so she feels a bit of when she's working and she's getting some flashbacks of what actually happened to her, and then she stumbles across the said man at another event. So she works as a waitress, but also gets hired out for like works at kind of pop-up events and things like that. So she is in a kind of what she deems, or maybe she doesn't deem, but I think it's written in a way where it seems like a sort of low level monotonous job, which because of that she struggles to like have anything more than a bed sit. I actually don't know where it's set. My God, maybe it doesn't tell me. I did pay attention when I was reading this. But when she meets Helena, she soon realises what has happened to her, because Helena has had an experience with the same man and is intent on revenge. Apparently this is this author's first debut novella, and they're a poet. So I can tell that, so that says a lot about their writing style. I really enjoyed their writing style. For its short length, it packs an absolute punch. So I was just in awe of the writing, despite like covers really dark, triggering content. But in saying that, there's a sapphic relationship, queer romance, love or obsession, I don't actually know. There's quite a lot of toxicity around relationships in this book, but Helena and the main character develop this relationship together, which is pulled together by the fact that they both know or have had kind of brutal experiences by the same man. I don't want to say much more than that, other than it's, well, I think quite a few of the reviews used the word enigmatic, which sounds about right. It's beautifully written. It's dark, but I consumed it within 24 hours. It was unsettling. I've used that word twice for some of the books that I've used now, but go into it if you aren't affected by any of these trigger warnings. I would call it more literary horror, and I really enjoyed it. I want to check out more of this author's writing. So those are the books I read. I've obviously put pennies in my saving account for each of the total number of pages that I've read. And now I'll show you the books that I'm just going to start today, because who doesn't love starting a new book at either the end of the week, the start of the week? Oh, it's my favourite thing. Yes, I'm in my penny because I'm mid cake baking, which hopefully I'll have let you see earlier. I'll show you my cake soon. Anyway, because it's middle grade March, I am going to finally get round to reading Front Desk by Kelly Yang, which is for the prompt refugee or immigration story, and this is an immigration story. Mai Tang has a lot of secrets. She lives in a motel, not a big house. Her parents hide immigrants. She wants to be a writer. It will take all of Mia's courage, kindness and hard work to get through this year. Will she be able to go for her dreams? Look at this cover. I showed you it last time. If you want to see it, I've got middle grade March reading recommendations video. I'll put it in the description. And another one I've started this morning is No Offence But How to Have Difficult Conversations for Meaningful Change by Gina Martin. Gina Martin is a gender equality activist, and I bought this for myself around about December, I think it was. I have a personal interest in equalities, diversity and inclusion. I like to be an activist or ally where I can, and in work I do marketing is my general day job, digital marketing, but I am our marketing team's rep on our organisation's equality, diversity and inclusion steering group. And so I am working through a lot of the actions and things to do with our EDI strategy. And one of the things I want to get better at is being able to have meaningful conversations and not get defensive or blank or have the inability to challenge perceptions around equalities and diversity. So this is an essay collection, and the one that I've just read. So for example, there's an essay collection called Boys Will Be Boys, which is all about challenging stereotypes that boys, by the nature of being a boy, have innate behaviours, which in actual fact boys won't be boys. Boys will do as boys have been taught, and all the stereotypes around masculinity. So I've just read that one, it was really good. The next one is Feminism is all about women having the same rights and power as men. Then there's ones called I Don't Do Politics, You Can't Say Anything These Days, It Was a Different Time, I Don't See Colour. So those are the titles of some of the essays in this collection, which I'm really excited to read. I'm actually buddy reading it with a friend in work. The two of us are leading on a work stream on organisational culture and belonging, which has a couple of actions in respect of trying to mainstream the communication around EDI, etc. in the workplace. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with my work, but this is something I'm really passionate about in my personal life, and I'm very excited that I'm able to have it in work too. So reading those two, I'm also still reading The Dead Zone by Stephen King, which is my March Stephen King read. I'm really enjoying it actually. It's about a man who has an accident, ends up in a coma for like 5 years, wakes up and then has this like ability. Well, firstly, everybody's surprised by that and the change that's happened around him. But he has then this ability to predict the future to an extent. It's not in a what's the national lottery numbers or that kind of thing, but like intrusively these thoughts will come to him in respect to other people around. I'm actually fine. I've never read this one. I don't know why, because it's an older one, but I'm really enjoying it. So let me know what you're reading. Have any of the books I've read this weekend been of any interest to you? I will obviously show you my cake. It's currently baking right now, so I'll show you that. The OH is just me working with the doggos who are sleeping. Lucy's in our crate over there actually. It's all curled up sleeping. Because the other half has taken his mum out for lunch because it's Mother's Day. So quite one for me. Might make a big bowl of pasta for dinner because I've got some leftover olives that need done. I need to menu plan. I was going to go and run, but the weather's looking a bit dreich, so might just do yoga instead. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and for all your comments you give. I try and reply to them all, so apologies if I've missed any. I don't think I have, but hopefully just holler. Thanks for all the lovely comments, for every view, for taking your time to spend any time watching this. I do really appreciate it. I love making these videos, and if you have any ideas for any future video content that you would like to see me do, let me know, because I am more than happy to do it. Anyway, hope you're having a great weekend. Bye!